And we have returned. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. That right there was Lewis's Coronation sailing ship off of the What Remains of Edith Finch soundtrack. So yes, welcome back to the stream, and welcome back to you, Rolls. I see you're there in the chat. Thank you very much for dropping by. And yes, it is I know it's been a long time since I've been here, but here I am. Here I am. I'm still alive, kind of. I don't know what kind of shape I'm in, but I'm still alive. It should probably come as no surprise that I've been gone for this long. I think it's been over a month since I streamed. Almost, yeah, about a month and a half, I guess. Maybe it was the end of May. I honestly don't know. I didn't have a look. But as stated last time I streamed, and the last several times I streamed, I'm sure, work had gotten very busy. And it continued to get busy to the point where I basically spent all of my time at work. I did not have time for any of this, which sucked. For the context of that, so, you know, you kind of understand why. I don't know if it's come up before, maybe I've mentioned it, but I work at, like, a trophy and award shop. I build things. I build awards and such. And, of course, we know May, June is the end of the school year, which is typically a busy time. What the hell is that on my glasses? I think it might be a drop of coffee or something. Anyway, but as we know, that's a fairly busy time for that kind of thing. Because, you know, schools like handing out awards to their students. Go figure. So, yeah, so I was working 6 days a week, and I was working ungodly hours each of those days, and I simply did not have time for any of this. And, you know, I think we did awards for 39 schools this year in the span of like 3 weeks, something like that. I don't know. And there's only 2 of us that work at the place, so you can do the math. But yeah, it's been a while since I've been able to stream, and that's part of the reason why. Hello, Ashley. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day as well. You were going to stream this today as well, but you and Vi ended up going down to the pedestrian mall instead. That's fair. That's fair. It's a lovely day out. I was out for a little bit myself. Mostly I was just hanging out down by the lake, because, I mean, I just go over the hill and I'm at the lake. Didn't do a whole hell of a lot, but then again, I also wasn't planning on doing a whole hell of a lot, so there we are. In other words, mission accomplished. What was the other thing? Oh, yes, I'm not going to do full catch-up on everything that's been going on since I last streamed, because, well, again, a lot of what was happening was I was just working. I did get, I know I've mentioned before, and I've done a little show and tell about the fact that I have a record player, and I've just been, you know, once again, my obsession with collecting physical media, been getting a lot of records. Part of the reason why I played a song from What Remains of Edith Finch, let me see if I can pronounce that correctly, in particular, is because one of the things I got recently is the soundtrack for that on vinyl. Did I get this largely because it looks goddamn beautiful? Yes. But I also like the soundtrack, so. But I mean, you know, it's just the album art is so good. Like, each of the tracks is represented by a finch. It's great. And, the disc itself, or the album itself, also has this kind of weird marbly color to it, which is great. I like it. It's pretty. I'm gonna eat it. You know, it's delicious. But yeah, that's why I chose that. So anyway, as I said in the 2 Discords, I posted the fact that I'm streaming in, so the one for the Newfoundland Streaming Network and my own, that I hardly ever use, and I really need to start using it more. Yeah, it's been a while since I've streamed. Last time I streamed, it was actually the first part of Caribou Trail, and it's a game that should only take about 4 hours to finish. I played a couple hours of it then, and then I simply did not touch it for over a month, because work. However, I suppose it's kind of fitting that I would play and hopefully finish it today, because today is Canada Day, of course, which most people know. However, in Newfoundland specifically, it's got a double meaning, because it's also Memorial Day. And Memorial Day, well, originally, it was specifically a day, I think 1917 is when they initially declared this to be Memorial Day in Newfoundland. And what it is basically it was a day set aside to, you know, remember, to memorialize the losses that the Newfoundland Regiment took during the Battle of the Somme, you know, specifically in Beaumont-Hamel. And after Confederation, and it kind of got celebrated slash, well, celebrate is not exactly a great word for it, but it ended up going concurrently with Canada Day. So a lot of times what happens in Newfoundland specifically is that Memorial Day is observed in the morning, and then the rest of it is just the Canada Day stuff. And it kind of got, rather than just specifically remembering that one event, it's more or less meant to remember the losses of, the losses and sacrifice of the various Newfoundland-based military throughout wars throughout the rest of history, like the Second World War, for example. Because again, as I believe I mentioned last time, at the time this game takes place, so the First World War, and hell, even the Second World War, Newfoundland wasn't technically part of Canada. So, you know, it was a completely different, it was a Commonwealth of England. And I believe I went over this last time too, was like it wasn't until I think the late 1800s, early 1900s, it wasn't even considered a colony anymore. It was considered a colony for like 400 years. So there's that. Before we get into it, because again, I'm going to dive into this relatively quickly without too much preamble, though I've already gone for almost 10 minutes now, I don't know. Another thing I do remember from the last time I streamed this is that I mentioned that there was one guy I came across, his name is Cliff, in this game, and I was like, this guy, I know they were only able to hire a couple of Newfoundland voice actors for the game, and like, the accents and dialects aren't too bad, but some of them still sound a little off to me. This guy Cliff sounded pitch perfect, and I was like, I betcha he's one of the actual Newfoundlanders they managed to get. And I was right. I looked it up. He is voiced by a guy called Terry Ryan. Terry Ryan has an interesting career path, because he was actually in the NHL for a while. Like, he's a hockey player. But I mean, he's played hockey on and off. He was in the NHL for a little bit. But he's also an actor. And specifically, he's had a lot of bit parts and a couple of, you know, slightly larger parts in a lot of Newfoundland and Canadian productions. So he was in the Republic of Doyle, which is a kind of a detective show set in Newfoundland. He was in the TV series Frontier, which Jason Momoa was in, which filmed a little bit here. He was in Schitt's Creek. I think one of his biggest roles is in this show called Letterkenny, which I've heard a lot of good things about, though I haven't actually watched it. And he's got a regular role in the spin-off of that show called Shoresy. So yes, he is indeed a Newfoundlander. He is an actor. He's from the town of Mount Pearl, which is like just over there, kind of. So I was like, yeah, so this guy is indeed the Newfoundlander they have in this. So it's really easy to tell when you hear this character Cliff speak. It's like, oh yeah, he's the Newfoundlander, you can tell. And maybe we'll come across him again. So let's just fire up the game. Now, at the very least, I'm going to attempt to finish this if I can. I don't think I've got a whole lot of the game left. The runtime is about 4 hours. I think I've played it for about 2 or 3. But I have been very much taking my time with it, exploring every nook and cranny just to make sure I don't miss anything. So we'll see if that's really severely lengthened my playtime. According to one of the achievements I can get, I do know at the very least Cliff has a pile more stories that he needs to tell us, so... Well, I don't know if need is the correct term. Now, it's been a while since I've played this, of course, but I do kind of remember... I think we were going to go talk to the British fellow who's in charge of this particular branch of the regiment. He had a thing he wanted us to do. See how ill-advised this is. Although I think I spent a lot of time just faffing about practicing with grenades in my rifle. Ah.
Have you mended my trousers yet?
Not yet, my lord. Please accept a bottle of champagne with my apologies.
All right. But bring round some caviar too. There's a good lad.
I'm so sorry, my lord. My lord has eaten the last of it. We haven't had a fresh tin since the Turks closed the Dardanelles, as my lord must have read in the papers.
Okay, now I'm fairly certain that, I saved it, so
Yeah.
I...
Have you got anything for me, boys?
I don't know, Fisher. What do you think, Stanley?
Come on. I can't feel my arms.
And your hands?
Shall I count my blisters for you?
I believe the boy's earned his drink, Sebastian.
There's only so much a man can do. Drink up, Private Harding.
rum bottle. Somebody wrote champagne on it.
To you, boys.
To us.
To His Majesty's hardest working soldier, boys.
Yeah, I'd already gone through that, I know, but, doesn't beat a proper jug of Newfoundland Screech, but we'll still get the job done. Was it officially called Screech at this point, though? I don't know, I can't remember. I'm gonna have to look that up. Decent rum if you're into rum, though.
Hi, Fish. Lanny, I'm still waiting for you to draw my portrait for me mother. I'll get to it as soon as I can. Promise.
Lots of boys wanting a souvenir for home.
You seen Ogden?
He's in the officer's dugout, probably eating caviar and truffles. I also saw Gordon headed to the shooting range, if you're looking for that one.
What are you at?
I'm flat out like a lizard drinking. I'm kidding. Just loafing around, cleaning my guns again. Might shoot a shell or two this afternoon, then clean some more.
Say, wasn't you that shelled us when we was on recon, was it?
I'm not that bad in aim. Must have been the Turks.
That's reassuring.
See you around.
Keep your head down when walking around here. Turkish sniper got one of our lads yesterday. Sad thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks for the warning.
Thanks for letting us know that if you attempted to shell us, we'd be dead.
Just look at him. Like a hero in one of them paintings in the museum.
Encouraging words from a proud father. I wonder if my father would have written me like this. Okay, it seems like I'm fairly positive I saved it, but it looks like it didn't update my inventory, so. Broke out our finest whiskey to celebrate the news in your last letter. Congratulations on shooting your first Turk. I know taking a life must have troubled you, but remember not to linger on us. You're being a proper hero out there. That's all that really matters. Your mother is still sick with worry, but your letters do her a world of good. Besides, the papers keep assuring us that the war with Germany will soon be won. I'm sure she'll feel much better once you're home in time for Christmas. Bad news for you, buddy. Ain't no one getting home in time for Christmas. I look forward to going out to sea and trawling for lobsters again. I miss those long talks we'd have on the open water. Remember that I'm proud of you, son. Stay strong out there. doesn't say anything about the fact that I'm just standing over here by the targets.
Hello, bye.
Vish, kinda busy here.
I ain't talked to Ogden yet. Where's he to?
His Majesty's in the dugout, just outside of here. Good luck.
Where you at?
This is it.
You really think we'll be shooting much after the recon yesterday?
I'm not practicing for that. I'm practicing my stance. For the ladies' hurry.
I take back my earlier comment.
I see you later.
The most important thing is that you look the part, after all. I realize I'm probably just going to go over a number of the things I've already done, but again, it doesn't seem like it fully saved it. Okay, Ogden's down there.
I don't know what to write home. Don't want to worry me mother more than she already does.
I don't want the boys that sign on after us to complain we painted a rosy picture.
Me, I writes about the small things I enjoy. Like the card they sent us. Folks don't need to know the whole truth.
Better not to frighten anybody, eh? God save our asses.
So many boys have died here.
What do you think happens to their spirits when they die so far away?
Oh, they're back in St. John's, I guess. Watching over everyone.
How do they get home, though? So far.
They can fly, can't they?
Hey, don't make fun. I'm serious.
I wasn't making fun. I'm sure they finds their way back, somehow.
And now we get into a serious philosophical debate with Lonnie about the the whys and wherefores of ghosts. I'm just gonna assume that my conversation with Cliff saved, though, seeing as how I started down here. And let's just go talk to Ogden. Much as I do like faffing about in games like this, I really should push forward. Alright, Lieutenant Sir, what do you want us to do? Nice portrait of the king you got up here. All troops. Cases of drunkenness. Ah yes, of course, he's got a box of tea. Don't mind me, sir, I'm just looking at your personal effects. Regiment Death Register, a steadily growing list of those whose bodies were found. Somehow that list keeps growing, despite our boys never even being sent to attack Johnny Turk. And here I was, thinking the worst thing that could happen in the trenches was to die of boredom. The amount of dead can only say so much. Numbers can't really paint a picture for the families whose sons ain't coming home. I can't help but wonder if some of these are actual names from the death roll. They could very well be. It's not exactly something that, you know, would be hard to find, I'm sure. Many of these are names that I'm familiar with, though. At least surnames. No Rogers on here, though. No potential relations of mine, then.
Harding, about time. What did you find out during the recon?
We found that plane that crashed in no man's land.
And?
We tried to save the pilot, but he was gone.
Have you got his identification disc?
Yes, sir.
What else?
That's a wreck out there, sir. Seems like the boys before us tried digging in further out, but they quit before they was finished.
Yes, that makes sense. It would have been called out for the last big push.
It's a sort of valley, sir, no man's land is. Abdul can just shoot down at us from his lines.
Yes. I see. Good. Anything else?
Good? What's so good about that?
We seen two Turks climbing down the top of Little Pit. That hill that looks like a... well, anyway, they can shoot down on our trenches from there.
Oh, damn. That's not good. Not good at all. Good job finding that out.
I mean, I feel like you might have known that by the guy who got sniped the other day, or yesterday, or whenever it was the dude told me it happened.
It's horrible out there, sir. Dead bodies everywhere, theirs and ours.
This war. It's not like wars used to be. Used to be you'd charge with cold steel, but I suppose at least it's as nasty for Abdul as it is for us.
I mean, I believe this is something I spoke about last time I played this, though, was like the thing that's always fascinated, I mean, not to say that any war is great, but the thing that's always fascinated me about the First World War, it was like some sort of weird mishmash between modern warfare and older warfare, and nobody knew how to deal with them. Because, like, this scale of warfare was never conceived of prior to this, at least not for, Western armies, anyway. Because I know, you know, there were often massive scale wars in, say, for example, China's history. But then you have the chemical attacks and all the artillery and, you know.
We found a lot of dead bodies from another regiment. Looks like they was gunned down while trying to cross the barbed wire. Who was they?
I don't know. A lot of outfits have been through that area. Not much left of any of them.
Shouldn't we at least bury them?
Oh, I'm sure if we ask the Turks nicely, we can all take the weekend off from the war and go bury them. I'm sure they'd trust us not to take advantage.
That's all.
All right, Harding. Regiment moved while you were out there. You and your friends can set up in your new dugout on the support line. Get some sleep now if you can. Dismissed.
Aye, aye, sir. Move to the new dugout and rest. Okay, that's not too far from here, at least. Didn't want to go in and, didn't want to go in and talk to Ogden, Lonnie. Figured you'd leave it to me. Smart man. Dead end, dead men.
Careful here. Punch down. Wow. Johnny Turk didn't waste any time.
And this is why you keep your heads down. What if I do walk around willy-nilly?
Wonder if the Turks still be on that hill today.
I'll take...
Jesus, Mary and Joseph!
Maybe be some careful, eh?
I'll take that as a yes. Yeah, let's not get shot.
Here we are.
Some exposed, isn't it?
Gordon's court order. Why ain't I surprised to see Buddy's name on there? Supreme Court of Newfoundland and Labrador, 309 Duckworth Street, St. John's, Newfoundland, August 11, 1915. And that's exactly where the Supreme Court still is. Great big old stone building. God knows how long ago that was built. I mean, I'm sure I would know if I looked it up or read a plaque on the side. You'd think I would know this, but I don't. Gordon O'Leary versus Gordon O'Leary v. Pub Owners of West St. John's and Harbour Grace. The defendant's petition for conditional pardon is hereby accepted. Gordon O'Leary will be ordered to enlist with the Newfoundland Commonwealth Regiment for the full duration of the war between Great Britain and Germany. His military wages shall be garnished at a rate of 35 cents per daily payment until damages totaling $109.88 have been reimbursed to all affected business owners. Should repayment be completed, the following criminal charges shall be repealed: destruction of property, verbal assault, public urination, and adultery. There will be no further appeals to this pardon. Signed, Judge Walter Noseworthy Daw. Well done yourself, Gordon. Well done yourself. Not much to do except get some shut-eye on this lovely, comfortable bed.
Let's try to make this place comfortable, at least.
Ah, yes, just like home. Just like home. Oh, there's that picture of the Narrows again. Home sweet home, although waves smell too salty for it to be sweet. I do like how you can see little bergy bits, little chunks off of an iceberg there, it looks like. Pretty sure that's what those are. Kind of hard to tell with the picture, I guess. Took a war in Turkey to make me realize how much I missed the place. Built on indigenous Beothic land, Newfoundland's capital is named after John Cabot, the explorer who discovered the area in the late 1400s. This makes it one of the oldest Anglophone settlements in North America, as well as its easternmost city, being closer to London in England than Edmonton in Western Canada. Originally intended as a port town, St. John's is built along steep, rocky coastlines whose proximity to the Atlantic made fishing integral to the local economy. That said, the city has a historic record of tragedy and hardship, from poverty to starvation, hurricanes or heavy snow, even boating disasters and major fires, which might explain the local folklore of using spirits and fairies to recontextualize misfortune. Yeah, there's quite a lot of that. I'm trying to remember if it was just once or twice the city nearly burnt down. It was at least once.
St. John's. All I ever wanted to do was get out of there. And now all I wants to do is to go back.
Do you ever think we'll get to Paris? I always wanted to see their big museum.
Not sure the buys on the Western Front gets into Paris all that much.
Sorry. I'm harping on it, ain't I?
Maybe we'll see France before it's all over. On the way back, maybe.
Providing we all make it. Got some lovely cards here.
I could rest a bit.
Yeah, let's end it. Wait.
I should probably look around a bit more before I sack out.
No, you should sack out. I just accidentally pressed the wrong key.
For today.
You've earned it.
Sleep.
Well, boys, the good ladies of St. John's, taking pity on us poor soldiers, have shipped a regiment enough salt cod to shingle a boathouse.
That was a good line. I like that line.
Now we just need the scrunchions.
Mary Grace might send us some. Sometimes the officers gives the nurses a thank you gift for taking good care of them.
Kindly accept half a pound of this bacon in fond memory of your nursing my hangnail.
I bet the boys in France are dreaming of whatever they eat in France. Snails? Frogs?
I'm never eating no snails. nor frogs neither.
All I'm dreaming of is fish and brews.
We're lucky to be people of limited expectations.
I'm not limited in nothing. Fish and brews is good eating. Hey, Gordo. Ogden ever tell you who was them dead bys in No Man's Land?
10th Division, Irish lads. They got here 3 weeks ago. I guess now we knows why there wasn't home to welcome us with tea and biscuits.
Hadn't somebody ought to bury him?
When I'm dead, I'd have to give a tinker's toot what he does with a rotten meat of me.
Their families might. Their buddies might.
Yeah, an unburied soul is a soul that comes asking to be buried.
I suppose you're afraid I'll come back to haunt you.
Sure. I'm afraid you're gonna sit on my shoulder whispering, "Are you gonna finish that?"
Say, Fish, what's your fixation on them dead bodies? Well, Lonnie, I'd understand. Got some spooky stories from back home we should know about?
Actually,
No, I don't.
go on, boy. Tell him about the fair folk.
Rather not.
I'll tell it then.
Rather you didn't.
Pixies took Fish's family.
That
Oh,
was private.
It's why he's an orphan.
Well, you can't leave it off there. Pixies took your family, that's all she wrote. Good night. That ain't right.
He's 3 years old. It's October, it's cold, but there's no ice yet. Your mother, the baby, and your new father, you all sailed to a cove you never seen before. Right, Fish? His mother puts a hunk of bread in his pocket. Says not to eat it because it'll keep him safe.
Save from the Pixies. Good to know.
Lonnie, you mind?
They went mushroom hunting, but Fish, he never seen a single mushroom. Finally, he gets so tired, his mom has him put his head down on her shoulder, right?
I puts me head down.
oh,
on her
mushrooms.
shoulder. Her hair smells nice. Like soap. My new dad. He makes a fire. And the sparks is flying up in the air. Just like now.
When he woke up, they was all gone.
So?
Her new dad and his baby half-brother. Not a trace of him. Just these little lights that glided around the air.
Fireflies.
They only looked like fireflies. The nuns told him they was pixies, because of how they flew off with his family.
I'm scared and I'm bawling. I want me mother. Save me and help.
And very far away, he hears his mother pleading with the fair folk. No, no, he's still so little. Not to take him too, see?
Then the fog crawls in and turns off the lights. And I want to cry so bad. But I'm scared of what's maybe in the fog. And finally, I eats that bread.
Because if they takes him, he's back with his mother.
Next thing I remembers, the nuns has me in a chair in the fire. They's giving me tea. And asking me who knit you, where you belongs to. But I didn't even know my own last name. Nor me mother's name. Nor what was the name of the place I was from.
Couldn't have been your new dad didn't want to raise somebody else's brand.
No, it was pixies. That's what them nuns said. But they couldn't take him, on account of his mother put bread in his pocket to keep him safe.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, but the nuns told me. They told me.
Nuns would never tell a story that was a lie.
The orphanage. I would steal slivers of soap. Put them under me pillow. So it would smell like her hair.
First the dead boys, now this. I think I'm starting to get you, Fish. Although, Pixies doesn't make much sense.
Hello, Baked. Welcome back to the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Long time no see. Also, that story was rough. I knew this game was going to make me sad for a lot of reasons, but that's certainly one of them. Stories about pixies and the fair folk are, well, I mean, a lot of Newfoundland folklore is just evolved and modified forms of folklore from England, Ireland, that whole area, because a lot of people are descended from that, right? But I'm very well aware of fairy folklore, because the whole having bread in your pocket thing is like a way to ward them off. As long as you got bread, they'll leave you alone. There's a few different reasons as to why, but one of them is simply that they'll take the bread instead of you. So Now, having your pockets inside out apparently is another way to ward them off. Another tale I recall is that there is a, not the whole thing about fairies, but my mother actually remembers this time period wherein, if you've been in St. John's, there's, in the center of the city, there's a mall. It's the Avalon Mall, creatively enough. That used to be a big field with a river going through it. And I mean, the river is still there, but obviously it's going through and underneath the parking lot now. So it's been blocked off. But that used to be a large field back when my mother was in town going to nursing school. So that would have been ages ago. And one common theory, quote unquote, of why you don't see the fairies very much anymore is because that was the major spot within the city where you'd find them. And once it got paved over to put in the mall and the parking lot, they didn't have anywhere to live anymore, so now they're gone.
Don't they? You don't believe me?
Well, I guess it makes more sense then.
Pixies, Gordo.
Pixies. Yeah.
I do love how surreal this game gets too, though, because while he was telling the story, mushrooms and soap.
Story, Fish. Almost as sad as this food you made.
How's about you try it first? Once we beat the Turks, they'll send us to France, and you can eat snails instead.
They don't really eat snails, do they? I thought that was just an insult.
Yeah, like mushrooms and soup.
You're right. We're getting there, boys.
We're popping up in the
Yeah.
In the pot.
Finally, something civilized. Thanks for the meal, boy.
At least it's an actual meal as opposed to what was essentially a cauldron of boiled biscuits. Some weeks later, let's see how much worse things have gotten.
The weather got hotter. The flies so thick you could barely open your mouth to eat. I guess it was the same for Johnny Turk. The brass made a truce so we could bury our dead. Left you wondering if that was all we'd come there to do. But all them dead lads in the no man's land between the lines, they deserved to rest.
November 17th, 1915.
Might as well be trying to raid through an iceberg.
I never even seen a Turk, I don't think.
They're men. Like you or me.
Especially the dead ones.
But what if they gets mad at us? And maybe shoots at us?
They're gonna be too busy burying their own corpses to take a swing at us burying our corpses. Anyway, their officers worked it all out with ours. I think.
So everything will work out just fine.
I think Ogden's coming.
And there's never been a misunderstanding of war, hasn't there?
We've agreed a 1-hour truce. Then there'll be a whistle. You'll all have 10 minutes to get back to cover before both sides start shooting again, so don't dawdle.
Mm-hmm. I trust you've set your pocket watch, sir.
You'll be collecting ID discs throughout the whole section. Their families will want to know. Just gather as many as you can. The important thing is to come back in one piece.
And the bodies, sir?
A second detail will bury the bodies.
Nice. We got off easy.
Grab a shovel, O'Leary. You're on burial detail with me. Get moving, Private. Let's get these poor dead lads buried.
Did I ever tell you I worked as an undertaker once? One night I'm cleaning up. Poor dead Mr. Hyde.
He's insufferable,
You
this
should have
one.
heard me screaming.
Hey, before we go, I wanted to say sorry for telling your pixie story.
Don't matter.
I made this for you.
Painted hardtack. Not quite bread for my pocket, but I should still keep pixies away. I'm gonna feel so fucking sad when Lonnie, because I know how, well, I mean, we know how horrible this historical event actually was, and I just know how stories are structured. So I know Lonnie's not getting out of this alive, and I'm gonna feel like shit. Well, sweet of Lon to make me this. And smart of him to use hardtack, too. Even Abdul's shellings will stand a chance against canvas like this. It It is rather sweet of him, though, to do that.
It's almost like bread, so figured you could put it in your pocket to keep you safe from, well, whatever's out there.
That's kind of you.
The North Star on it is to make sure you don't get lost.
Thank you, Lon. You're looking out for me, too.
That's what we do. And I'm sorry about before. So, who goes first?
You sweet son of a bitch. I'll go.
Who wants me to go first?
It's fine,
It's all right. I'll go.
Well... Let's see how nasty this might get.
Never thought I'd be going over the top in broad daylight.
You don't trust Johnny Turk to abide by the truce? He wants his spies buried, too.
It's just, what if some Turk didn't get the word?
Then our problems is over.
Well, this poor bastard either didn't get very far or he got real close. Private Claude Persons, Newfoundland Regiment, one of our lads. 29th Division, British 4th Army. Hard luck, Claude. Hard luck. Now, I wonder if I am actually on a time limit here. Engraved flask. But he carved a prayer into his drink. Wonder if he caught the irony. Turn thee, O Lord, and deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake. About as desperate as the psalm can get. Nuns back at the orphanage would only use one of these when thunderstorms rattled the church shingles. Always seemed to work back there. Never seems to work out here. Ah! That ain't pretty. There's another dead lad over there. I'm assuming the game is actually leading me on a specific path, though, so I guess I'll go around to them later. I think I recognize Ogden over there. I do have to say, Ogden seems stuffy and a bit of a ditz, but at the very least he's out here doing the hard work himself, so we'll give him credit for that, eh? I mean, providing he's not just out here directing everyone else to do the job. Page from Henry's journal. His friend Arthur will want to see this. Oh, I think... it's a shame that it's been over a month since I last played this, but I'm pretty sure I spoke to this guy early on. From the journal, Henry Rickett, October 29th, 1915. Arthur and I fought today. He called me all sorts of names. Coward, liar. Reminded me of my father. But I know Arthur didn't mean it. He's just angry that I'm still afraid to do what my heart tells me. I wish I would have realized before yelling back. Thing is, Arthur's right. I am a coward. I was so scared of letting father down and refusing Lisa's hand in marriage, I chose to sail across the world and get bombed by Abdul's forces. Brave enough to wage a war, but not to face reality. Tomorrow I'll talk to him. Please God that he forgives me the same way that I forgive him.
Oh, jeez, this is Arthur's friend. Sounds like they had a bit of a knockdown drag-out.
They never got the chance to make it up to each other.
Well, I guess we need to find Arthur when we get back from here. Not a conversation I think that's going to end well, but here we are. British identity disc. Corporal Edwin Ashton, Middlesex Regiment. Rest in peace. It's not one of our lads, but still. Farewell letter. While I wrote this to his parents, he knew he was going to eat it out here. To whomever finds these words, if I die, please mail this to my parents in Trinity Bay. Even if you're Turkish, find it in your heart to give them peace. Now the question is where in Trinity Bay, because that's out around my way. Dear mother and father, I hear mortars all around me. Abdul's forces are closing in. It's only a matter of when now, not a matter of if. Please know that I think of you right here at the end. I know you're proud, I enlisted early, but every time I read your letters, there's nothing I regretted more than leaving your side. If the army sends you my possessions, bury my harmonica by the ocean, so that part of me always stays with you. Yours forever, Reuben Dunn.
You rest now. I'll see this letter gets back home.
Well, that's a little bit of horrific. I don't know what's worse, the fellow's half buried or the fellow's tangled up in the barbed wire. They're both pretty bad, let's be real. Picture of a woman and a dog, someone's sweetheart and her best friend. We're fine. Capitan and I are waiting for you. Love, Jean.
I miss me mother something terrible. And me sisters, and me cousins.
Everyone I'd miss is right here on this rock.
I'll stay by your side, Fish, no matter what.
Oh, there's the plane. Huh. Also, I am very turned around. I'm actually glad I spotted the plane, because I'd have no idea where I was otherwise.
We've got these bodies covered. There's more ahead if you want to help. These boys are Aussies. The ship stopped firing 5 minutes too early. They sent him in anyway. Damn waste.
It's good they're getting buried. The dead wants to be buried. If they doesn't get buried, they come asking.
Anyone ever come to you asking to be buried?
No, but my cousin told me about this one
You know
time.
what? Let's save that for a campfire story.
It's a good story.
Yeah, all the better to be told when we're not roving around a spot that's going to start getting shelled again in about 40 minutes, you know? Just saying, Lonnie. I love you, but there's a time and place for everything. Breakup letter. Well, I must have died from heartbreak long before them Turks could kill him. Dearest Diggory, today Simon Wyborn of Carbonera asked me for my... Wyborn's an interesting name, I've never seen that one. Carbonera asked me for my hand in marriage. And it is with a heavy heart that I accepted his request, for I do not love him the way I loved you. Every day I hear promises that the war will end soon, the same I've heard for over a year. Every day I meet more wives who lost good husbands, wondering if tomorrow will be the day I lose you too. And every day I wonder where I'll live, or how I'll feed our children if you would never return. I miss you with all my heart, dear husband, but I am tortured by this dwindling hope of someday seeing you again, and I cannot wait to become a widow if our family is to survive. This will be my final letter. Should you return to St. John's alive, please don't come seeking me out. Find someone with the courage to wait for you in a way I never could. Goodbye forever, Lucy Wyborn, formerly Lucy Morgan. That's a big fucking oof, that is. And it's also one of those things where you have to question, like, he might have just died regardless. Lord knows too many people did, but would he have been more careful if he didn't get that letter. Whys and wherefores of war, I guess. Irish identity disc. Killian McDermott, Royal Irish Rifles. Real herd tickets, these ones. 10th Irish Division, K1 Army Group, British Army.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of our boys.
That's one of our guys down there, isn't it?
Wait, were you two, Lonnie? Seriously, Lon, where the hell did you go? I can't see shit here. Yeah, this is another thing I believe I mentioned last time I played this, is that a lot of the, what's the word I'm looking for here? I guess the English brass considered certain territories of theirs to be more expendable? So, the Newfoundlanders, the Australians, and the Irish all got sent to pretty dangerous places, and all of them lost quite a few people. Seriously though, Lon, where the hell are you? Oh, you're up there. Okay.
Look, down there.
Oh, for heaven's sake. That wasn't very thoughtful of you, dying way down there. You stay, Slonny. Going to need someone to pull me back up.
Be careful, fish.
I'm always careful.
I feel like maybe I should have explored up there a bit more, because something tells me this is going to be like a
There's a few more down here.
Okay, don't take too long.
I feel like the story is going to progress now after this. Don't like that.
English.
Oh, Turkish.
For you, English. We found these in our lines, but we never find the bodies. You wear these? Yes?
Australian identity disc. Duncan Napier, Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. I died awful far from home.
Yes. Thank you. Captain?
These belong to Australians. Very tough, very brave. It is good for families, to be sure.
Yes. Thank you, sir. They'll be glad to get them.
Where you are from?
St. John's. That's in Newfoundland. Just east of Canada. That's the big country on top of the United States on a map.
Do you know why you are here?
This is where they sent me?
You come to my country from Newfoundland on top of the United States, and you don't know why.
Everyone said it was the right thing to do.
This peninsula controls the Dardanelles. Winston Churchill wants to ship packages through the Dardanelles to the Tsar of Russia. To make the world safe for democracy.
Russia?
My men die to defend their home. You are anxious to die for packages.
I, better get back.
Oh, yes. In a few minutes, we must be shooting one another again, huh?
I like how wildly confused he was. Understandably so. Because he's like, man, what the hell are you even doing here? I know why I'm here, I live here. But anyway, let's get the hell out of here.
You had me scared.
Sorry, I'll tell you later.
Are you ready to head back, Fish?
Yeah, all done here.
I feel like I missed a few ID tags. I should have stuck around up top for a bit, but that's it. Them's the breaks.
Still no scrunchins?
Still none.
We still got some cod, though. We got cod from here till doomsday.
What was it after?
Kinda sad. All them boys came from all over the Empire to lie down in the dirt here.
I didn't like it.
How about you? What'd the lieutenant have you do this time?
Digging holes, Private Harding. Digging holes.
The cemetery's grown some.
Could have been even bigger. We was in a bit of a hurry. Left some guys in the dirt.
Seeing how we're all not sleeping tonight, who'll tell us a bedtime story? I believe I get a pass after rest time.
Oh, Lonnie must have lots of stories. Probably sees ghosts in every dark corner.
Well, I was nearly a ghost once.
You nearly drowned in a storm. Boo-hoo, we all did.
Let him tell his story, Gordo.
I was 10. My best mate Freddy moved up to the next bay, and I missed him.
I've had friends go away like that. Somehow the next bay over just seems like 1,000 miles away.
So I skips off school and runs off to see him. But it's October already, and before I know it, it's getting dark. Freddy's mother says I ought to stay the night, but I'm in enough hot water as it is. So, off I sets for home. It's a warm, clear, moonlit night, and it's lovely. And then, wind shifts. The wind kicks up, cloud snuffs out the moon. It starts to snow, big fat flakes. But it's not falling, it's whipping around me like. The moon is gone, and in 15 minutes, the path's disappeared under an inch of snow. Every which way I look, it's nothing but snow. I've no gloves, nor boots, and nothing but a sweater. And the snow's piling up. My feet are wet, and cold, and they hurt. And I'm lost, and I'm starting to cry. I calls out for me mum and the good Lord Jesus. And I think a storm like this will go on for days, and they'll never find me until the snow melts in the spring. So I starts whistling, out of nervousness. Suddenly, I feels a snowball hit me in the neck, splat! And I hears laughter. I turns around, and there's a boy my age in a red sweater. He takes off running, and I starts chasing him. The little bastard, yelling, "Help! I'm lost! Please, please help me!" But he's gone.
Pretend you were listening, okay?
Where'd it come from?
That's just it. I don't know. All I knows is, splat! He hits me with another wet snowball, and he laughs.
Nice.
I can't see him, but I can tell what direction he throwed from, so I goes that way. And then there's another snowball, and another, and I'm chasing him. I starts to see trees around me, so now I'm lost in the woods as well. And then I sees a golden light through the snow.
Jack-o'-lanterns.
It's a house, the coal stove through the windows. I goes and pounds on the door, and an old woman opens up. She pulls me in. "Oh, you must come in, poor thing. You could have died out there, in nothing but a sweater." She puts me in front of the coal stove, and gives me tea and blankets, and sets out my clothes to dry. And I tells her all about getting lost in the snow and how this kid threw snowballs at me. And then I notice the red sweater.
The kid's red sweater?
In a sort of glass case.
It was her son who pelted you with snowballs?
Only she's looking at me all pale. She says, that's me son's sweater. He was lost in a blizzard 30 years ago, wearing that sweater. They found him in the spring.
That is a classic ghost story structure. And also the fact that he walked from one town, like from one bay to the next, and then walked back and something weird happened. That's a classic structure for a Newfoundland ghost story. I can't remember that, because I mean the other thing to think about too is like even back here, not everybody, I mean Jesus, hardly anybody had a car. People would have gotten around with, well I mean Jesus, I don't know how many cars would have been in Newfoundland at this point, seeing as that was a relatively new technology. And at the time Lonnie was that old, there probably weren't any anyway. And like, so you'd have a horse and a buggy maybe, or just a horse, but a lot of people wouldn't even have that. So you'd have to walk from town to town. So what seems like it's only a flick, maybe like a 10-minute journey, you'd, you know, easily get turned around, and next thing you know, you're in the fucking forest or the marshes or something like that. I'm remembering one specifically. There was a guy who walked between two towns, and this would have been like, I don't know, spring or summer, so he wouldn't have run into an issue like that. But it's one of those tales where, like, there was a guy who was, like... I'd be able to find the book this is in if I really wanted to look for it, but if I remember correctly, the way the story went, it was a guy who was, like, a madman for a game of cards. And, of course, you know, the traditional lore is that you don't play cards on a Sunday, because, you know, it's poor luck. So he went to the spot a town over where he knew a card game was happening on Saturday night. Problem is, they played into the wee hours of the morning, so they went over midnight into Sunday. Anyway, so at like midnight or 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, he finally leaves and he walks back over towards his own town. Halfway between the two towns, he comes across a guy who's out there and he's like, hey, how do you feel about a game of cards? I got my own deck right here, and the fellow's like, sure boy, I'll have a game of cards with you. So they sit down at this flat rock and he's playing... Jeez, was that guy's name Lonnie too? It might have been. I don't know, I'd have to look up the story again. So he's playing a game of cards against this stranger in the middle of nowhere on this rock. And he keeps winning hand after hand because this fellow's good at cards. And after a while, he realizes that the guy he's playing against is getting more agitated. And he's getting really fidgety. And then at one point, he happens to glance behind where the guy is sitting, and he sees a forked tail show up behind him. And that's when he realizes, oh sweet Jesus, I'm playing against the devil himself. But you know, dude's got his pride. He's got a reputation as a good card player, so he lays down his last hand and he beats the devil. And honestly, if he lost, God knows what would have happened. But anyway, the devil ends up getting severely aggravated by this, slams his hand on the rock, and then disappears in a puff of smoke. So after the devil vanishes, this fellow looks down at the rock and he sees a handprint has been pressed into the rock where the devil slammed his hand down. Anyway, he runs home, unsurprisingly. And of course, as the legend goes, if you were to find that specific rock to this day, you would see the handprint in it. So yeah, classic kind of story.
He was trying to guide you to his mother's home by pelting you.
She said he must have known I was lost, like he was. Ghosts can help you sometimes. Then she puts me to bed, in his bed, and she gave me his sweater to go home in. So he could find me if I was ever in trouble again.
Not hungry, Lonnie?
Not bad fish.
Could have done with some vegetables.
The hungrier I get, the better your food tastes.
Lonnie, You alright? Bye?
We're on the other side of the world. I couldn't have placed Turkey on a map 2 years ago.
Not sure the lieutenant could find Turkey on a map now.
What's eating at you, Lan?
I suppose that boy's too far away to help me now.
Gordo and me, we're with you.
Till I has to bury you too.
The boy in the red sweater can take care of you. The ghost of fish can take care of you too. Think we won't stand up for you? I'll stand up for you. Just as you would stand up for us. You
I love that he literally stood up. Good lad. Good lad.
Yes, Fish. I would. Thank you for that.
You both want to keep your foreheads down. Lonnie!
No. No, no, no!
What?
Gordo!
I think it came from over there.
He needs a bandage! We need to take him to the...
Take advantage. It's gonna come today, Fish.
Okay. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Fuck, I wasn't expecting it to happen like that. Okay. Jesus, I figured one of us would have died out in the... Ooh.
Where are you going to?
Over the top.
What? No, we gotta get Lonnie to a field hospital.
He don't need a hospital no more, Fish.
I knew it. I knew Lonnie was gonna die, but I wasn't expecting it to be that sudden. But I mean, of course it was, and they even foreshadowed it earlier.
Then why?
Because maybe that sniper's not there tomorrow night.
Not where?
That hill we saw on the recon. Bet you they shot him from there. Turks got box seats up there, looking down into our lawns.
We can't leave Lonnie just lying alone on the ground back there.
He's not going anywhere, and I'm fixing to get the son of a bitch who shot him.
Just go. Over the top and... What?
I've got a plan.
Do you now? Because I feel like this is not... This is a good way to get the both of us killed. Not that I don't want to get a little bit of revenge, but at the same time... Any of the other lads want to come with us?
Bring marshmallows, I hope.
We're off to kill a Turk sniper on Little Tit.
He killed Lonnie.
No. Lonnie. Oh, for heavens. Lonnie McGrath. Oh, still, I don't see that. You want to give them a shot at you too. Vast your desire for living.
Are you gonna help or not?
Go over the top with you. Count me out.
Fish and I might get a little closer if someone gave us some covering fire.
Well, we can throw a little lead at Little Tit. Got nothing better to do tonight, does we, boys?
Well, come on then.
Okay.
Lonnie's... dead.
Yeah.
I can't. I just can't. He never hurt nobody in his life.
You just gonna stand there and do nothing.
I mean, it's
Think it
better...
over?
If I thinks it over, I won't go.
It's better to go do this than think about what we're going to tell his sister. I mean, the rest of his family, sure, but one of his sisters is here. She's on one of the med boats.
Alright. This is where we splits up. Fish, we go around that hill and make our way up from the south. Once we're up there, we toss a grenade into their nest. You boys give us covering fire. When you're ready, you start tearing off the top of that hill.
We'll give you cover shots and waves to manage our ammunitions. They'll keep their heads down while you try to make your way up there. Come on, boys. We'll get a better angle on the hill from over there.
Be careful up there.
Yeah, let's all be careful. Come on, let's go. Careful, we're exposed here.
poor bastard didn't even get a last meal in because he didn't eat. He told his story and he didn't eat. I'm genuinely upset. And I knew it was coming, but still. God damn it.
Oh, wait. If I hadn't stood up like that.
This is not the time! You want to blame yourself? You do it tomorrow. If we're still alive. Right now, I need your head, boy.
Sorry. I'm ready. Let's go.
Good. Wait for the next wave of covering fire. I'll be right behind you. And careful where you walk. The sniper's right under that tree up there.
Oh, he's up there. Okay.
Now, go!
Okay, we gotta wait for the waves.
Time to go fish!
It's sunset too, man. Down.
Now, go!
Ah.
Time to go fish!
Maybe I'm being overly cautious. I might have been able to go further. I don't even know how likely it is that I'm going to get shot.
Now,
Ah!
go!
I was a bit scared then, though.
Damn it!
Gordo, you hurt?
I'm okay, but at this pace, we'll never reach the top. Cover me.
No! You cover me, Gordo. I'm faster than you.
What? You sure?
Don't ask me to think it through, Gordo.
All right. Get ready. Time to go fish.
Keep your head down, you bastard.
Please, please, English, please.
Get up. Hands over your head. Now walk. This way. Slowly.
I feel like odds are Gordon's gonna kill him anyway. But let's see if we can actually take him prisoner. I feel like that's the... I don't like that he just briefly turned into Lonnie.
You? You shot him! I was gonna...
He's the one who shot Lonnie in the head. He's why we climbed this pile of dirt. Now you doesn't have to search your conscience.
Lon.
It wasn't your fault.
We was supposed to look out for him, Gordo.
We was, yeah. We was.
Okay. I mean, this was pretty dire to begin with, but now it's gotten a lot more personal. So, 1 week later. I bet you the mood has darkened significantly.
Don't feel like doing this just yet.
Me neither. But his family would be waiting for his belongings once they get the telegram.
You write to his sister yet?
I don't know what to say. Do you know Ogden has to write a letter every time one of us dies? You should write it, Gordo. You've got the gift of saying the right thing, whether you mean it or not.
That's why you're the one to write. Folks detect sarcasm in everything I write, no matter how much I mean it.
All right. We should get to it.
You poor, poor bastard, you. Lonnie's gloves. I wore them every day. Sister knit these for him to stay warm. I haven't seen him take them off, even on the worst days under Gallipoli's frying sun.
I think Lonnie's sister knit these.
Nice gloves. Do we send it back to her then?
No, we should.
Don't feel right taking them.
I wouldn't want to think of him every time I put gloves on.
Ought to be up to the one who knit them, deciding who wears them.
Drawing of Gordon. You were the brother he never had, Gordo. Never thought I'd see the day where O'Leary looked like a proper soldier. Guess that's proof our Lonnie had some real talent as an artist. And he did! He really did, the poor bastard.
Look at you, Gordo. All heroic like.
When did Lonnie draw that?
When you wasn't looking.
You don't suppose he liked me? After all the grief I gave him.
Look at how noble he made you out to be.
I feel like maybe we'll keep the drawing. I feel like Gordon should have that.
Let's keep this. I doubt anyone but us wants a picture of Gordon O'Leary on their mantle.
Lonnie's birthday card. Some well wishes from Lonnie's mother to celebrate him turning 18. Oh God. Dear son, happy 18th birthday. Now that at last you're old enough for the army, I forgive you for running off these 14 months ago. I still wish you had waited before enlisting, but I couldn't possibly be prouder of your kindness and courage. When you return, it will be as a man of virtue, a hero to all St. John's. Though we cannot spend this day together, I am pleased to know you are in good company. Harding seems like an exceptional lad, and I look forward to meeting him. However, I would recommend caution around O'Leary. Marky Fizzard next door told me some truly scandalous things. I sent you knit socks and bake apple jelly as gifts, but Mary Grace warns me that the packages might get delayed. I pray you'll get to enjoy both soon. Write back whenever you can. Hearing from you always brightens my day. Your loving mother, Agnes McGraw.
Happy 18th. Happy 18th birthday.
Oh, no. Don't tell me.
Dear son, now that at last you're old enough for the army, I forgive you for running off these 14 months ago. Sweet Jesus. I'd heard of boys lying about their age, but I never seen it in the wild like. Out of a birthday present he got. Across the wood in a patch of Turkish dirt.
The army could have known. They could have known if they wanted to. They could have sent him home. Lonnie wasn't even supposed to be here.
He volunteered.
'Cause they tell schoolboys stories of how glorious it's gonna be. I can't. I have to take a walk.
That's too personal. We can't keep that.
His mother will be happy to know he had the letter with him. Well, I guess that's it then. Better get it mailed off.
Everything he's ever owned, all 13 measly pounds of it. The poor, poor fucker. November 26th. Judging by that light, it looks like they're probably back up there again. If not the same man, then... That's where he died. He died right there.
Hey, Fish! Did you hear? We're evacuating.
The Turks surrendered?
No such luck.
Did we surrender?
Nah. We're just turning tail and sneaking off.
We didn't do nothing here.
Getting out here alive is not nothing, boy. Who knows? Maybe we'll go to France. They say the girls
need
there
to take care of something. Sorry.
A goddamn week. If he lasted a week, he would have gotten out of here alive. But again, that's war, I guess. You sit around, you do fuck all, you get killed, and then everyone leaves.
Harding, did you take Private Madras effects to the post office?
I'm on it, sir. Sir, I heard we're evacuating.
The poets will sing of us, won't they? Maybe Turkish poets, to mock us.
Sir?
Sing in me, muse. And through me, tell the story of fatheads with medals who got their men killed for glory. If you enter university, they make you an officer.
I didn't know that, sir.
I'm sorry about your friend. I should have done something.
It wasn't your fault, sir.
But it was my responsibility.
About that sniper's nest we took down.
Yes, I meant to say something about that.
See, Lonnie had just been shot.
And you and Private O'Leary decided you didn't need my permission to go off and have your own private war. I'd court-martial the both of you. But Colonel Haddo himself already congratulated me on my initiative. And I would so hate to disappoint him.
The Colonel came by?
Just don't ever do it again.
Yes, sir. No, sir. I'll return to my duties.
Ogden's not quite as bad as I thought he would be. He seems much more aware of the mess this actually is. I didn't shoot a guy, but I shot a rat, I guess. I imagine that serves more purpose. Less chance of us getting diseased.
Hey, Stefan.
Hey, Fish.
You sound terrible.
Yeah, well, with the rain and the cold, they said Turkey was supposed to be sunny. I'm sorry about Lanny. I liked him.
I can't talk about that yet.
Yeah.
You seen Gordon?
A while back. Mad enough to punch a nun.
Where's he to now?
I try not to pay too much attention to Gordon O'Leary.
Take care.
You too, Fish.
Get something for that cat.
Whatever the hell you can find around here. Maybe the boys still got some rum they can give you. For a minute I thought these two guys had the exact same character model, but they don't. Sculpted shell. If we bomb Johnny Turk with this, he'll be too dazzled to duck and cover. Takes a lad that's some brave or some stupid to try chiseling a chunk of metal that could blow both cheeks off his head and both cheeks off his head and arse. During World War I, off-duty soldiers would sometimes create works of trench art using mediums like hardtack painting or shell sculpting. By embossing the munitions' brass casings, men could depict battle scenes, regimental iconography, or even messages for families abroad. Skilled metalworkers would take the process even further by shaping exploded mortars into decorative ashtrays, flattening bullets into ornamental knives, or building toys out of shrapnel and food tins. This practice became so common, led to the creation of modern trench art collector markets, mainly composed of historians who highly value each piece's individuality.
Oh, that's pretty. I wonder if Lanny made this.
Doesn't seem much like it was Lonnie's medium, but who can say?
I heard Gordon took down that sniper. They say he was running away, squealing for his mother. Serves him right.
We got him. Don't bring Lanny back, though.
Still, that Turk won't bother us no more.
Funny how I don't really feel all that great about him.
Like we lost. No one's saying it out loud.
They'll need us to fight in France.
Turks will shell us the moment we're down on the beach. I suppose I don't care what piece of dirt I'm buried in. Here, or France, it's all the same if you're dead.
Nice to see you're keeping morale up, lads. Are you having what's wrong? Are you having trench foot trouble? Change your socks. Change your shoes. Pretty pictures don't do the damn blight justice. Keep dry and keep clean, they say. Shame they never tell us how to do that once the rain floods the dugouts. Also referred to as non-freezing cold injury, trench foot is caused by extended exposure to chilly, wet, unsanitary conditions, particularly in circumstances where blood vessels in the legs could become constricted, such as by poorly fitted boots or tourniquets. Early onset symptoms include intense itching and numbness, but can quickly devolve into painful swelling or abnormal skin pruning. Preventative treatment may stifle late-stage symptoms like fungal sores or premature necrosis, but extreme cases could necessitate total amputation, a measure few World War I medics resorted to in a bid to avoid discharging forces. Goddamn nightmare that was.
I was excited to get the lads some music.
Rain's got to stop someday.
Who knows? Maybe it rains all winter here.
Boys, can we pack our ugly sticks for France?
Maybe we could play a little bit inside.
I don't know. The boys are trying to sleep. Lots of them sick now from all the rain.
It's almost as if
This place don't want us here. Almost. As if.
I am so turned around. Where am I? Okay, I came this way. Alright, so which... Yeah, so I believe the male dugout is up and to my left. Artillery is that way. Okay, I think I'm going the right way now.
Christ on a pike fish, what happened to you, bud? You looks awful.
Cliff. Didn't
Oh,
you
it's
hear what
Cliff.
happened?
Well, whatever it was, bud, I can wait. I'm more worried about you. You got a face on you like chewed taffy. And trust me, I knows taffy. Me ducky Ernestine back home's been mailing me some. She's ranny as fishing twine, that one. But she makes me toffee thick as sugar tar.
Listen, Cliff,
I'm telling you, by one bite'll set you right. You ain't never tasted nothing sweeter in all your years. Never met no sweeter soul, neither.
Cliff, please.
Ah, she's lovely grand, Ernestine is. One of those kind of people you don't realize how much you loves until they're gone for good.
I love that he's just lurking here.
Cliff, shut up! We can't handle a story right now. Okay? We need a minute.
Yeah, okay. Sorry, Fish. I didn't mean no harm. Promise.
Yeah, man, don't know if I got the stomach for it right now. Can't help but feel like I got turned around. Well, that's the lake. I got turned around. Okay. Nice fort you got built up here, lads. Good way to get out of the rain, I guess.
Hey, Peter. What are you doing up here?
Building a tree house.
The snipers might see you there.
Better than drowning in mud. Anyway, they're probably hiding from the rain too.
Stay dry.
Ha.
Random boot. Random boot.
You tell me if I can't do nothing for you, all right, bye? Figure it's my turn to do some listening here.
Sure. Thanks, bye.
Terribly sorry I snapped at you earlier. Earlier, I know you mean well. Is it this way? Okay, no, the male dugout's this way. That's the male dugout. Okay. think I might need to make a little stop to the cemetery first.
Poor Buy's toes was blue.
It would help if the army had given us more than one pair of socks, eh?
I hear the folks in St. John's are trying to ship us more.
Hey, Fish, take care to keep your socks dry. Lots of trench foot going around.
Well, they say we're supposed to keep our feet dry.
Then they should have let us bring our good sealskin boots, not these leaky army boots.
Hey, Fish. Heard you took down that sniper. That was brave. I'd like to kill the bastard who shot Henry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Gotta move on, right? We've got work to do.
I found his journal on him. I knows I shouldn't have. I read it. He said he knows he didn't mean it. And he wanted to apologize.
He did? We fought, you know. Just before I said awful things. This is great solace, Fish. Thank you.
Be safe, Arthur.
You too, Fish.
Well, I suppose something good came out of that trip anyway. Yeah, there's a few more crosses down there than there was before. It's great.
Turk didn't care for our hotel. Perhaps a bellboy was surly to him. One place in camp that I liked.
Well, Sebastian, old boy, I guess one way to look at it is now you have a swimming pool. Anyway. It's enough of putting off the inevitable. Let's, mail this along.
No point in sending a letter if the ink gets all rained on.
Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Fish, I got a package for you. You need anything else?
And we get a bit of bacon from her to make scrunchions right after her brother dies. Wonderful. Few pounds of pork rashers, the final ingredient we need for fish and brews. Yep. Dear Fisher, I'm glad to hear that you and Lonnie have helped turn the tides out there. Sounds like your work will really matter, and I rest easy knowing a kind soul like you is watching over my brother. I've mailed Lonnie a parcel of bacon that a corporal kindly gifted me. Be sure to keep the contents secret until the proper moment. He's been asking me for this since Cairo, so I want to surprise him. Be careful not to burn it. He tells me you do all the cooking. Sincerely yours, Mary Grace McGraw.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lonnie's sister. And now I have to send his stuff back to her and her family.
Bad luck, what happened to him? Let me take that from you. I'll ship it first thing tomorrow.
I found this during the truce. It's a letter he wanted mailed to his family in case he died. Here we are.
He's lucky you found it. Well, not lucky. Soon as the rain stops, I'll send it off.
Can I still write to someone?
Sorry, lad. Nothing's going out of this rain passes. You can still write your letter, though. I'll hold on to it till then.
Thank you, Charlie.
Take care, Fisher.
Now what the hell do you say, is the thing.
Mary Grace.
I can't not tell her about Lonnie.
I regret to inform you. Oh, no.
Lonnie was killed. Lonnie died.
I wish I had better news. Your brother Lonnie died in combat yesterday. I'm so sorry.
I can't say it's a tragic accident.
I wish I had protected your brother from this. Everything happened so fast. Afterward, Gordon and I snuck over to the Turkish lines. We killed the sniper. But in the end, it don't bring Lonnie back, does it? In the mornings, I wakes up hoping it was just a bad dream. You're the one who's lost a brother. But I feel like I lost one too. Take care of yourself. With all my condolences. Fish.
Yeah, that's about the best that can go, I think. There's really not any other way that can be worded.
Thank you, Charlie.
Take care, Fisher.
Alright, let's get the hell out of here.
Fish, what's up with Gordo?
What do you mean?
I told him we was evacuating, and he got some rotted. Started yelling.
Which way did he go?
That way.
Oh, you better get to him before he does anything stupid. Thanks, Dan. I hope he's not done something dumber than usual.
Okay, he's gone down towards the crates. Do I want to know what he's up to? I mean, I am also rather pissed off, certainly, but, you know. Now, maybe some of the lads up on the quote-unquote treehouse have seen him?
Have you seen Gordon? Yep. Something's got him drove. Gut-founded fire up a scoop. You'd think he'd be happy we're getting out of here. He was heading down to the lake, I think.
Stay dry.
Ha.
Is he in here? Where the hell are you at, Gordon? Oh, there he is.
Gordo!
What the hell are you doing out here, man? You better not be doing something stupid. I don't need to lose the both of you. I already lost one.
Trying to get yourself thrown in the pokey. Gordo, what happened to you, bye? You're as white as a sheet.
I saw something.
What?
It was right here, Fish.
What are you talking about?
But it couldn't be.
There ain't nothing here, Gordo. Just mud and salt and more rain coming in.
Honey.
I knows. If he'd just lived a few more days, he'd be going home.
Ain't none of us going home. Johnny Turkey, he's up there with his guns. Got our reach registered.
So, we try to pack ourselves into boats.
And he blows us to pieces.
Maybe Lonnie was lucky. He didn't have time to be scared.
Do you think he hated me? I was so hard on him.
He wouldn't have drawn your picture if he hated you.
Sometimes I says things I regrets.
Come on, Vi. Let's get back up to the dugout before this lake fills up and we drowns.
Oh boy. I don't like that we have an empty stool.
Since when do you get packages?
It's to Lonnie. From his sister.
Oh.
This'll be that bacon he said she'd send us.
Ah.
Well, we may as well get a halfway decent meal out of it in his honor, I guess.
I suppose we gives it back to his sister. You thought I was going to say something cynical about he's not going to eat it, we might as well, didn't you?
I guess I kinda did.
I missed a kid too, you know.
Lonnie.
Can't be. Oh.
Not Lonnie.
He's dead, isn't he?
You'd be his sister then. Mary Grace, right?
And you'd be Fish. I knew it.
I'm Gordo, Lonnie's friend.
Every girl from St. John's knows who you are, Gordon O'Leary.
When did they notify you?
They haven't. Was he very scared in the end? Was it very painful?
I think it's probably accurate to say that he had no idea it even happened, so maybe... This is a little thing, but I mean, you know, it's probably easily enough done, I guess, but I do like that they actually did design her so she does look quite a bit like him, so... never knew what hit him, I guess.
You never even know what hit him.
That's his whole life. More or less.
He was telling us a story. We were eating, and then...
He never got to taste the food.
Gordo!
Some of those boys call for their mothers before they pass. So scared and in such pain. He was so brave, marching off to sign up. Funny because he was such a scaredy cat as a child.
Scaredy cat. Lonnie?
He used to crawl into me mom's bed. Or mine. When he got too big, sometimes we'd find him on the floor in the morning curled up with the dogs.
So... you got my letter then?
Letter? No.
If they didn't tell you...
And you know he got it.
He came to visit. Just before it started to rain. Wanted to tell me he was okay. And Not to worry. Only I was the only one who saw him, in a tent full of nurses and patients.
That was the night.
Yes? So I knew.
You're saying his ghost came to let you know he was gone? Mm-hmm. I guess you are his sister.
I heard you're a heathen. Everybody knows folks come for a visit when it's their time to pass on. It happened to me grandmother Rose, too.
Did it now? Pray tell. Hey, fish. Don't let the supper burn up, yeah?
Right.
One year, the fog was so thick, if you held out your hand, you couldn't count your fingers. Our youngest boy, my Uncle Pat, his boat was 3 days late coming back. She wouldn't leave her window, hoping he'd walk out of the fog.
I've been out in a fog like that 4 years ago, in a schooner.
She'd hear the foghorn, but no ship made an answer. Wouldn't go to sleep for 3 nights. Her daughters, my mother, finally they made her go to bed. Promised they'd wake her up when he came home. But she can't sleep. Just lies in the bed fretting. But in the middle of the night, he comes in. Her son Pat. Clothes and hair all wet like he's been through a storm. He tells her. He knows she's been worrying. But he's home now, and she can rest. It's like a light switched off. She shuts her eyes and she's out. When she wakes up, the fog is gone, and the light is streaming in the windows. But there's no sign of Pet. Some bits and pieces of the boat washed up a few days later. And at the end of the week, so did Uncle Pat.
It could have been a dream. 3 nights with no sleep.
Sure, except the boat captain's wife. Her husband came to her that same night, saying he was sorry he was so late coming home, and he promised her he'd never go to sea again. Of course, he never did go to sea again. They was both buried in the churchyard.
Sometimes I feel he's close by.
I don't doubt it. If I know him, he'll be watching over you till you go home. He loved you so much. You too, O'Leary. For some reason, he loved you too. Is that the bacon I sent?
I'm sorry. We didn't know what to do with it.
He'd have wanted you to eat it. You know what? Why don't we cook it? Let's have a time. For Lonnie.
For Lon.
Yeah, why not?
At last.
Good old fishing, Bruce.
Sort of.
Hey, we'll trade our rations for your hospital food anytime.
Go on, boys. Shall we?
You know, even though I might choke on something.
It's still better than most of what we've been eating.
Definitely better with the bacon.
Everything is better with bacon, let's be real. Later in the night.
Say, Gordo. Tell me if this is a dumb idea.
You knows you can always count on me for that.
Mary Grace seen Lonnie when he wasn't there. And, out in the dry lake, you seen something you said wasn't there.
I shouldn't have said nothing.
You said once the Turks knows we're leaving, they'll shell the beach.
Count on it.
What if we make him see us when we ain't there? Say a couple of the boys stays back while the others gets in the boats, and they shoots off a rifle now and then, like we does every night. So it's as if we're still here.
You're not volunteering us for this staying behind, are you?
You're thinking maybe it'd be nice if none of the other boys got killed here. We promised to keep Lonnie safe. We didn't.
Yeah.
mean, at the very least, we know Fish makes it out of this alive, because this is all him telling somebody about it.
Gordo had an idea how we could rig rifles to shoot after we wasn't there no more, so the Turks might think we was still dug in, while we was on the beach getting into boats. Ogden hated it. Until we convinced him it was his idea. We was still feeling bad about how we didn't protect Lonnie. So we asked to be the last ones out. Make sure no other boys bought it in Gallipoli.
Almost Christmas. Charcoal dog near Suvla Bay.
This is it, bye. By break it down tomorrow, we're on a boat sailing to Cairo.
And then will you tell me what it is you saw on the lake?
It wasn't there, I told you, so it don't matter.
I hopes the Turks sees what isn't there. Which is us.
Come on, bye, focus. You make the rounds of the camp and the back lines. Make sure everything is ready. At sundown, go to the front line. I'll meet you there. Then, well, we don't leave until everyone's gone.
Or we don't leave at all.
You having doubts? All right. I'm off to see Ogden. Make sure he doesn't add anything too foolish to our plan.
Okay. Yeah, what Mary Grace was talking about is commonly referred to as a death token, essentially. So essentially it's basically whenever a loved one or somebody close to you dies, you'll get a vision of it to some degree or another, either as it's happening or just before it happens. Frequently, it's the person themselves visiting you to let you know that they're passing on. Other times it could be as simple as a clock stopping, or like an object falling over, or something like that. I am rather pleased with the amount of folklore that's in this game, because I feel like it's very important to that. Been a while since we've been back here.
Pack up the food. I'm not leaving our last bite of cad for the Turks.
Heard we're blowing our camp all to hell when we go, so the Turks don't get nothing.
All the more reason to pack up the cad.
Fish and brews will taste even better in Cairo.
I mean, it'll taste better if we're not getting shot at, I know that. Oh, that's the kettle. Starting to get a bit nervous. So I gotta go down to the mail tent, I gotta go to the firing range, and then I gotta head down to the Salt Lake again.
I hope the Navy's ready for us.
And that's the Salt Lake over there. Kinda neat that you can, you know, legitimately see the what's the word I'm looking for here? The physicality of this place. You can place everything. Lonnie's gloves? What are these doing here? It's a damn good question. Why are Lonnie's gloves here? Gordo says these look like pine cones, but I've never known a St. John spruce to blow both a lad's legs off. Modern hand grenades were developed during World War I, where they proved devastating in claustrophobic trench conflicts. Though designs vary greatly from nation to nation, like Turkey's kettlebell-shaped Kuffenjeth, or the long handles of German steel hand grenades, the Mills No. 5 from England is probably possibly the most iconic. With a ridged surface for ease of gripping and a pin-based time delay detonator, this fragmentation-based explosive proved so successful it saw active military use from 1915 to 2021. This thing's been in use for over a century. Anzac troops in Gallipoli originally had to rely on unstable handmade bombs to compete with the Ottoman equivalents. These were mostly coupled together with gunpowder and empty cans, filled loose nails or mortar scraps, and lit by matches. Sounds great. Let's have a quick dart up to the recreation tent.
Look who's come to join us. Hey, Fish, are you up for a little jam before we move to the front lines?
I guess I don't mind serenading the Turks.
Just grab that ugly stick and join in.
I thought we were leaving. Wanted for desertion. Stick with your men or suffer the consequences. Unforgivable, but I can't blame the boys for getting scared. Canadian boys, and here they were laughing at us in Scotland. Still, I wonder if there's a difference between getting shot for waging war and getting shot for turning tail. During World War I, Commonwealth officers prosecuted roughly 13,000 deserters and executed over 300. However, many victims were actually suffering from misdiagnosed PTSD, called shell shock at the time. One unnamed British soldier, for instance, was quoted with the following moments before his death. "I haven't been the same since I scraped my best friend's brains from my face." Ugh. Despite the threat of capital punishment, peer pressure often proved the more effective deterrent. Soldiers would often speak of deserters as cowards, officers could refuse medical support to those who impacted morale, and families at home might get harassed or be denied military pensions. Lovely. Okay. Had to get a little tune in before the inevitable.
That was some fun. Thanks, boys.
You're gonna join us for the encore in Cairo, right?
Sure thing. Hey, Rupert. About those helmets.
Yeah, I was thinking.
They'd be good decoys. Can you bring them to the front line tonight?
Way ahead of you.
Thank you, sir. That's probably going to help. Lonnie's drawing. Oh boy. All right.
Hey, Charlie. You know about the plan?
Smart move by Ogden.
He's not so bad.
We kept a box of explosives for the last shipment. Wanna help me make a big fire?
Sure. Yeah. Give me some.
Plant these somewhere in camp. They'll give Abdul a good fireworks show.
Any idea where to put them?
We got a bunch of leftover boxes all over. Would make a mighty big fire. We ain't gonna take it back anyway, will we?
I can't remember the name of the fellow who built his little box fort, but I feel like the box fort's a pretty good spot to put it, huh? Or here. You know what? Yeah. If I can put it in here, I'm gonna put it in here. Yes, sir.
Perfect. This will make a nice bit of noise.
May as well have his little fort have some use, eh?
After the front line leaves, it's our turn.
You think the Turks will catch on what we're doing?
How's when we find out?
Let's carry on with the plan, I suppose. Thanks for the dynamite, Charlie. I suppose here would have been a good place for it too, but hey. I like the idea of setting it up there, to be honest. Okay. You fellas don't really have anything new to say. Let's carry on.
Hey, Fish, aren't you leaving?
As soon as you guys are safely gone.
Yeah.
Trench newspaper. News from the front, as reported by our lads in the dugouts. The cartoons are always a riot. The Up Away Gazette. We be fighting Newfoundlanders with an ear to the ground and a will to tell our boys things the way they is. You won't hear the news here first, but you hear it the way it were meant to be told. This month covers Grand Hotel's grand reopening. Come sit back and relax while you still can. The new tobacco fund. After the Fish and Brewis fund, the people of St. John's pulled another miracle. Turning the page, our final Turkish issue ever. Wrong dressing room. Oh. Okay. Want to break a leg? Please ring for service? Okay.
Fish, welcome to the Grand Hotel. We're having a party.
Haven't you heard about the plan?
Ah, but the party is the plan. Make lots of noise, fool the Turks into thinking we're 100 men.
And if that means having a few whiskeys in service of our country, well,
We're willing to make that sacrifice.
I don't see why not.
Cheers.
to Acton's plan.
There's that picture of the Narrows again.
Will you believe Acton came up with this plan? Way too clever for him. Unless he read about it in one of his books.
Then we'd be hiding in a giant wooden horse, wouldn't we?
I do love the little plant in the bottle there. Invitation for a farewell jig. Join us in the recreation tent for the first and only Ugly Sticks performance. Don't miss it. Not quite sophisticated as the regiment's brass and reed bands, but any music worth listening to is best when it's rough around the edges. Armor Manual, annotated. A guide to proper soldiering translated into simpler terms by some of our finest spies. Virtues of a proper sentry. Focus. Lay off the rum and don't nod off unless you want a dirt nap. Dedication. Do your job right and don't get us killed. Fastidiousness. What kind of smug scut uses words that big? Just say pay attention. Silence. Shut your holes and keep your fool heads down. Caution. Stay where you're at and don't let Abdul come where you're to, no matter how many Turkish delights he says he'll give you. Alertness. If Johnny Turk's coming and Buddy's sleeping, start shooting every shot you got to wake his stunned arse up. Fine pool you got, lads.
I always meant to try one of these Turkish baths.
It's a shell hole.
No, this is a purifying Turkish bath. Prevents trench foot, don't you know? Now I just need a servant to bring me heated towels and a lemonade.
All right.
I mean, I did say they should have used one of these shell holes as a pool, so.
We need another plank here. We want it to collapse, but not on us.
But if it's too stable, we'll have to take it apart plank by plank.
What do you think, Fish?
Can I try pulling on this plank?
No, not yet. We need it to block the Turks, not us.
Just kidding. It looks fine. Good work.
Okay, hold that while I nail this thing here.
Careful.
You heard about the plan?
I did. Adjan told me to pack everything. Leave one loaded mortar for you.
I'll give the Turks a little something to remember me by.
I imagine this is going to be harrowing.
How's them self-shooting rifles coming along? I'm impressed Gordo convinced you it'd work.
You can actually be pretty clever sometimes, this one. You see? Water drips into the can, and when the can's heavy enough, it pulls the trigger. It's tricky though. You don't want it to fill up too fast, because the rifle only fires once. Want to help set him up?
Sure. There you go. I've got to run now.
Thank you, bye. I'll install them all on the front line. You just trigger them when it's your turn to get away.
Nice plan.
The drip mechanism is slow, so you'll have plenty of time to get away before the rifles start firing.
Did that just because I felt like it, I guess. Oh, not really much else I can do there, I guess.
Would you summarize my plan so I can make sure you and Fisher understood?
You said we'll need to make the front lines look lived in. Lots of noise and shooting, while our lads slip away to the boats. Me and Fish will be the last ones out till you signals from the boat. Don't forget and leave us here now.
I think I can remember my own plan. What do you want, Harding? I'm giving O'Leary a confidential mission here.
I want to volunteer. To stay behind until the end. Until the others get away.
Yes, O'Leary was just asking the same thing. I suppose you'll be the last two off. Dismissed. Now that we're aligned on the big picture, I'll leave you and Fisher in charge of the details.
Yes, sir. May I have a look at your map?
Yes, we'll be absolutely certain to carry out your quote-unquote plan to the letter. Evacuation telegram. Message from another lieutenant. Seems he got reservations about Ogden's master plan. New Flame Regiment telegraphic message. Urgent transmission. Sender Lieutenant Oscar Hemnan Urquhart. Reception confirmed December 17th, 1915. Confirmed troops are in position for the coming sortie, awaiting signal to begin diversions. Proposed tactic seems unusually reckless for Lieutenant Scowcroft. Desperate times, desperate measures, I suppose. Be advised that odds of success are extremely low. Evac must be swift and enemy distractions must remain prolonged if massacre is to be avoided. Inform troops that they shall be relocated to Cairo until further notice. Godspeed.
You sure we told everyone on the front line?
Yeah, they're so happy I had to warn them not to sing about it.
Don't forget us on the front line, Fish. We promises not to leave you behind. Cross my heart and hope to die.
I mean, more like I would rather not die myself, personally, but, you know.
I'll relieve you all when the time comes. Don't worry.
How much longer?
I bet your folks got sick of, "Are we there yet?" every time you went on a boat.
After we retreat, they'll just send us someplace else to die. Shoot myself in the foot to get out of it. If it any sense.
You'll need your feet to get out of here. Focus on that, bye.
Yeah, wait until we get to Cairo, then shoot yourself in the foot. Well, they're not feeling so hot about shooting on us now, I guess. Interesting, that wasn't placed there. That flower is growing where Lonnie died. It's almost like is that a white lily? Ah, yes, I think some of our lads are up there. That's what it looks like anyway. They're facing towards the Turkish lines, so...
I still got time. Maybe someone needs my help. I still got time. Maybe someone needs my help.
Yeah, that'll lead me out too. Well, let's head down to the Salt Lake. Once I figure out how I get to the Salt Lake. This way? I think I go this way. So easy to get turned around. It's down towards the cemetery anyway, isn't it?
How's the prep going? Fish got her scald or what?
Hey, Cliff. Listen, about last time.
Not to worry about. I was out of line and you was out of patience. Bygones is bygones. Besides, we got bigger fish to fry, haven't we? Soon as them Turks figures out the lines are empty, it'll get uglier than the bucket of smashed arseholes out here, man.
Bucket of smashed arseholes?
At least we'll live to tell the tale of how ugly them arseholes really were.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. It'll make for one hell of a friggin' story, though. You know, me ducky Ernestine barely believes a word I says in me letters already. Why, she's gonna think I'm a raving sleeping once she hears how we made it out. And then there's France. France, spy. Can't imagine folks fighting wars up there.
Hey, I've got to...
Sounds too fancy a place for that to ever happen. But we'll be seeing that for ourselves. Something tells me I'll have plenty more to have a coffer about real soon. And what's the point of living if you don't got a good story to tell by the end of it, eh, bye?
Honestly, I think I'm looking forward to spinning a yarn or two of me own once this is done.
That's the spirit, Herding. Now, Go on in, Arabadeva. And long may your big jib draw.
Someone left their sonnets to soak in the mud and rain. Might be more poetic that way. False Odyssey by Ogden Scowcroft. Sing in me, O muse, and through me tell the story of those fatheads with medals, those scholars who learned nothing, and got their men killed for glory on the jagged heights of Suvla Bay. They saw the rivers and unshelled valleys of many distant men. They weathered no bitter nights nor days, their hearts black with greed, while others fought to save men's lives and bring men home. By will or valor we could have saved them, but our recklessness destroyed them all. Children and fools the maggots feasted on, the cattle of our King George sent to die, and God who watches on from heaven denies our eyes the dawn of peace. Well, okay. Dark. Oh. Didn't realize Mary Grace was still here.
Don't send me back. It's as bad as here. There's no place safe anymore. Don't send me back. It's as bad as here.
Something's wrong with Harold, and it's only getting worse. Medical case sheet, Newfoundland Commonwealth Regiment, Army Form 1, ID 12, or I guess, 1237. Approbation, HMHS Clements, Dr. James Quirk, Medical Corps. Discharge date, November 28th, 1915. Patient, Private Harold Traverse, age 23. Condition, shelling-based trauma and severe emotional distress. Mutism and muscle spasms appear related to cerebral nerve damage. Night terrors, hysteria, symptoms match shell shock. Descriptions from other infantrymen. Officers suspect behavior is a dishonest attempt to avoid combat. Diagnostic, I hereby deem Private Harold Traverse fit for redeployment. Sustained electroshock therapy has successfully corrected the patient's most significant muscular tremors and resolved his reluctance to rejoin the front lines. Supervise closely for potential relapses or repeat incidents of friendly fire. Ah yes, we're going to electrocute the man and force him to go back to the front lines.
There's no place safe anymore.
Yes. Wonderful.
Hey, Mary. You sure you should be here?
Someone's got to make these boys fit to travel.
But you'll be on the first boat out, right? If the Turks don't buy our tricks, if they comes over while we're still leaving...
We'll make it. Your plan's so dumb it's smart.
It was Lonnie that inspired it. Sort of.
Huh. Is that so? I like to think he's still here. Maybe he'll even give the Turks a good scare while we're leaving.
Lonnie was always drawing. He was an artist, not a soldier.
On that we agree. This reminds me. I need to show you something. He sent me this drawing. Just before.
Drawing of a hospital boat. Lonnie sketched this for Mary Grace. He looked for her on the ocean every day he could. The use of hospital ships in warfare dates back to ancient Greece, but World War I marks their first instance of mass deployment. The British Navy alone had more than 77 ships in service during the conflict, mostly built from repurposed warships or passenger liners. Those stationed in Gallipoli were meant to evacuate severely wounded soldiers to facilities in London or Cairo. Regardless of nationality, hospital ships abide by strict design conventions established since 1907, meant to differentiate them from other military vessels. Though attacking a medical transport is considered a war crime, one of World War I's cruelest atrocities was the sinking of the HMHS Llandovery Castle. This massive Canadian liner was torpedoed by a German U-boat, while survivors in life rafts were I'm assuming that's supposed to be mowed down by machine guns, resulting in over 200 casualties. Yikes.
Yes, but please keep it safe.
I read a birthday card Lonnie's mother sent him.
Birthday card? Oh.
You let him lie about his age?
He'd already gone and done it. Do you suppose I should have turned him in? And broken his heart?
No. None of us knew it'd be like this. None of us even knew anyone who'd been to war. Do you have Lonnie's gloves? I sent them.
I haven't been to me quarters for days. Why?
Well, it's... Never mind.
If I wasn't so busy, I'd ask you what you're talking about. But I am. I have to tend to me wounded boys, Fish. I'll see you in Cairo. Maybe.
See you in Cairo.
I do love that this does kind of tie into Lonnie's story about the ghost of the boy with the red sweater. Because, like, this is his version of the red sweater, essentially. They've just appeared because I need them, maybe. Again, I do love how vaguely surreal this game is. Trenches to freedom, please dig.
I got blisters on me blisters. Hey, Fish, could use some help here.
Hard at work, I see.
We've been digging. Oh Lord, we've been digging.
Looks like you've been smoking.
We've been up all night. The smokes are the only thing keeping us up.
Don't smoke too long. We're gonna need that trench.
I could use another pair of hands, if you're not too busy, Fish.
Don't you know that Fish has very delicate hands? You can't ask that of him.
I do love that these lads...
Escape route is ready come morning.
These lads keep getting me to dig their holes for them.
He's really going at it, isn't he?
Inspiring. Do we really need one more trench, Fish? After all these months, we haven't got enough.
Don't ask him that, he might stop digging.
Well, I mean, you know, if you want this last trench to be between you and getting shot in the arse, maybe.
Should have had it all clear back to Newfoundland by now.
Give me that trouble.
Finished your smoke, have you?
You think this evacuation will work, right? That we won't eat it on the beach.
Maybe. If we get this trench dug by morning.
Count on us then. Stanley, go on by. Let's get back to it.
A few shifts of trench digging later.
We're making good progress, boys.
I'll leave you to it. I've got to meet Gordo on the front lines.
We'll get it done. Get us home, would you please? Or just back to Cairo. That'd be fine too.
I'll see you in Cairo. Oh, that's enough for tonight. I better finish up and move to the front line.
It was all for nothing then? The whole campaign?
We can't know that. Maybe it did some good somewhere else.
Right. Live to fight another day, I guess.
Salt Lake is a wild thing to look at, though. Random ugly stick, sort of. Anyway, I think there's nothing for it but to head on to the front lines. See if this mad bastard plan actually works.
This is it. No turning back now.
Again, I love that this game could technically be finished in 3 hours, but because I've been taking my time with it, I think I'm going to be done in like 5 or 6, because I'm pretty sure I streamed this for 3 hours last time I played it.
Alright, bye. Time to move. I got it all worked out with Ogden. You ready?
Ready.
I bet they didn't think he had it in him.
You know, when someone does what you want, maybe you don't think less of them for doing it.
Probably be the last time we ever see this rock.
I've got to say, you're impressive when you use your brain. No wonder Lonnie looked up to you.
Well, don't spread it around too much. I worked hard on my legend.
Alright. This is the big one, I guess. Make or break, as it were.
Some quiet.
Till Johnny Turk realizes we're the last buys in the trenches.
I hope they buys what we're selling.
The Turks is probably just as sick of going over the top as we are.
It'll be like Christmas morning for them when they realize we've gone. Or whatever it is they got instead of Christmas.
Christmas morning. Ugh. I near forgot what that's like.
We are mighty close to it.
Was that our signal?
That's us.
Finally. Let's send the boys to the boats, set up these rifles, and get out of here while we're still walking.
Leave everyone on the front lines. Armed drip rifles escape. Well, let's get her done, Gordo. And hope we don't get shot to pieces while we're at it.
It's just, it's getting too empty around here. I don't like it.
You don't see all the ghosts?
Ha ha. Boys really outdone themselves. Remember, we make them think the whole army's here. Do whatever you need. Rig the guns, set up the dummies. Talk to yourself if you have to.
Right.
We don't leave till all the boys are out. You handle this section. I'll run to the next.
Look at you. All lieutenant-like.
Now, somebody's got to take care of you kids.
Well, better leave the lamp on, I guess. Yeah. Turn on all the lamps, rig all the guns.
Any Turks?
Oh, thank the Lord Jesus. I'm relieved then, I hope.
That's right. See you down at the shore.
This is a brilliant idea you had. The lieutenant's very proud of thinking up all by himself.
Ah, well. He's wanting another brass bar for his uniform. Closing time, bye.
We was just about to give the Turks a farewell concert. I guess you're gonna give them the encore for us.
Me and Gordo. We're the last out. I got this.
You take care now. Make sure them Turks think you're 100 of yourselves. Good luck.
Get the hell out of here, Rupert.
You can get out of here.
Good luck.
We're done here. Come on, let's move to the next line.
I don't think I've rigged all the guns yet, though.
Gordo's got that way covered already.
That'll wake him up, I'm sure. And that'll slow him down.
Here's where we split up. You check the rifles that way. I'll clear the way ahead. And make some noise.
Meet you on the beach after.
Keep your head screwed on tight till then.
And make some noise.
Are we ready to
the
go?
beach. Go.
What, I got no ugly sticks here?
Fish. How about them rifles?
Great work, Herbert. Next war, let's have the guns shoot each other. We stay home.
Agreed.
That does sound like a lovely plan.
Mortar is all ready for you.
Get out of here. That should do it. I really must be going now.
I mean, I suppose I do need to fire off the mortar, though, if I can. I get to shoot it a bunch of times, apparently. Or however long I wish. Anyway, I feel like I shouldn't overdo it, though, all the same. That'd be the equivalent of painting a target on my back, I'm sure.
Sailing the wine-dark sea to Byzantium, boys. The poets will sing of us. Your lot got us into this mess because of all them glorious stories you read in school. I would demote you for this impertinence. Were you not already demoted as low as you could be?
I love that he used a piece of hardtack to do that.
Eyes the bite that fills the boat, eyes the bite that sails her, eyes the bite that catches the fish and brings them home to Liza.
Well, there had to be a little bit of eyes the buy in here somewhere. It's practically required. I feel like they're getting closer. Yeah, they're getting closer. Sweet Jesus, let's get out of here.
Huh?
Who left this? Who left this pot here? Oh, okay.
Hello?
Lonnie? Where are you going, Lonnie? Unfinished letters destined to Mary Grace? It should have been me. 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 Okay. This is going to take a hard turn into horror, isn't it? As if it wasn't horrific enough to begin with. Now I know they didn't all run out of oil in the one go. But this is the way I came, isn't it?
What is going on?
Rich tip? Oh no, I'm legitimately going in a circle now, aren't I?
How?
These trenches are confusing enough without them being legitimately cursed, okay? I'm not happy about that. I knows you're not fucking with me, Lonnie. This has gotta just be my own mind doing this to me. Don't like that. Don't like that I'm currently in a hole. Also that I can't see shit.
What? I'm sorry.
Oh. I don't like that. I don't like any of this. Survivor's Guild is a hell of a thing. Where am I going? What's happening? Where am I going? Ah, don't like all the bodies.
I'm sorry.
Lonnie, please.
Where are you taking me?
I'm getting shelled. Because of course I am.
Why are you tormenting me? God! I didn't mean to!
Of course, the other thing is how much of this is even actually happening, and how much is it just my own guilty conscience. Despite the fact, let's be real, Fish doesn't have that much to be guilty over. But I can see why he does feel guilty, though. If I'm being honest, I probably would feel the same way, so I don't know what I'm even talking about.
What do you want?
I don't like that it's all on. Well, not all of them, but most of them. I like how many of them are him, but just a few aren't. I'd like to leave now. I'd like to leave. I don't like this place anymore. I also don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Oh, this way. Let's go this way. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna be seeing this face in my dreams. Effective use of his habit of whistling. Oh, I'm out on the Salt Lake. At least I think I am. Guess it's gonna be pretty clear now what Gordon saw.
I'm sorry. I know it's all my fault. It's all I think about. Huh?
Of course, much like the last story Lonnie told, as I suspect, this is just his way of trying to get me out of this mess.
You was leading me home, weren't you? You was looking out for me. You always did.
So we're the last of us.
Last steamer to Cairo. All aboard?
Adieu. Bye.
Farewell, Lonnie. God love your cotton socks.
On that rock. I knows I did. But we're from a land of heartbreak, eh, boys? Not every rickety boat makes it back to harbor. The British Army got away from Gallipoli without losing a single man. We often wondered what it was for, that we come from a barren rock to another barren rock. I guess it was that. We didn't win ourselves a victory, but we helped save our fellow soldiers. That was worth the trip. I hope what we do here, in France, is worth it too. But I thinks about the boys we did leave buried at Gallipoli, with no one to put flowers on their graves. Maybe their ghosts keep each other company. Maybe they plays ugly sticks in the dead of night to startle Johnny Turk. I hope so, boys. I hope so.
Months after the escape from Gallipoli, the Newfoundland Regiment suffered massive casualties while launching an offensive at Beaumont-Hamel, France, during the Battle of the Somme. Come morning, 90% of the men were either reported wounded or dead. This would be the first of many disastrous campaigns for the regiment in the years to come. Despite mounting tragedies, more and more young volunteers opted to embark towards Europe to reinforce a battered regiment. By the end of the war, the now Royal Newfoundland Regiment had helped defend and liberate 4 cities and villages across Europe, at the cost of more than 1,280 dead and 2,280 wounded. Commemorative caribou statues now form the Trail of the Caribou in Europe and Turkey, honoring the improbable journey of a group of young fishermen from a faraway island. Ooh. I'm not gonna lie, that got me. It just goes to show that even when you go into something knowing it's going to punch you in the gut, it does not stop it from punching you in the gut. Even though I knew going in what was going to happen to Lonnie by the end of it, that didn't make it hurt any less. Holy shit, is what I have to say about that. Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, you know, I know this is something that's been quote-unquote debated a lot lately about what makes a video game, so there's some people who would say that this isn't worth your time simply because it's not very interactive overall, but to that I say bullshit. Considering I know this was made by a studio that probably didn't have a lot of resources overall, and they had a specific intent to tell a story you don't see in this medium very often, I think they did a damn good job. Am I biased? Yeah, I'm kind of biased considering this is, you know, about something important to my province, but still, I'd like to think they did a good job. So yes, they did have a dialect coach. I'm interested to see they got some help from Ubisoft for this, though, because I know this is a small studio that made this, but I guess... Newfoundlandese dialect review. Interesting. But they did have dialect coaches, obviously. Yeah, see, this is a good example of, despite the fact, I mean, if you're, porting by Wild Blueberry Games. Even if you know the turns and the twists that are coming in a story like this, it's still worth your while to go through them just to see how well they pull it off, right? Because it's one thing to know what's happening, and it's another thing entirely to see it happen. And I do like that, everything does kind of connect, you know, because, and that's another good thing, that, it also telegraphs the story, but it makes it more cohesive. Like, despite how jarring Lonnie's death was, it was telegraphed by several things. They mentioned that a guy was already killed by the snipers because he wasn't, ducked low enough. You're given several opportunities to put up a decoy, and the decoy gets sniped. And then, of course, Lonnie's final story feeds into the final sequence of the game. The idea of ghosts is brought up frequently. No, this was incredibly, incredibly sad, but it's great. This was well worth the playthrough. I am not at all, regretting purchasing this and playing through it, even if it did make me cry. Not lying, not gonna lie, it got me. It really got me. Now the question is, if I am a completionist, do I want to go through this heartache again to try to get all the achievements? Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I feel like Cliff has some more stories to tell, so I think I must have missed him at a couple of points. But again, like this is the kind of game that everything I saw about it said is like, okay, yeah, you can knock this out in 3 hours. I've played it for 6 because I took my time with it, and there's still stuff I missed. Yeah, no, if we're measuring achievements as a basis of how much is still left to a game, I only got half of them, so. Wow, ooh. And again, despite the fact that it's been over a month since I started this game, I may as well switch over to the webcam. Despite the fact that it's been over a month since I started this game, I'm glad that I finished it today. Because again, as I said at the top of the stream, which by God was 3 hours ago is when I began, today is Canada Day, yes, but specifically it's Memorial Day in Newfoundland. And Memorial Day was instituted specifically because the Battle of the Somme at Beaumont Hamel, which is where the game ended. So, that's... I despite the fact that my intent was to finish this a month ago, it's kind of fitting that I finished it today. Whew. Yeah, I feel like this is something that I kind of vaguely mentioned this, and I might go into more of an in-depth talk about this, you know, me rambling about stuff before I stream. But I am going to say that I have a list that just runs in the back of my head about games that, like, really have had an effect on, now, any media, of course, but of course we're talking specifically about video games, and it could be anything. It could have a solid effect on you for any reason. Like, something that makes it very memorable and it sticks and you're always thinking about it. Now, for me, and maybe this speaks a lot to my own personality, most of the games in that list, that mental list in my head, are incredibly melancholy. Seeing as how I started the stream with a song from the soundtrack of What Remains of Edith Finch, that's one of them. I think about that game all the time. Unreal Life, I think about that game all the time. Both of the Red Dead Redemption games. Something that's a bit more joyous that I think about all the time, A Hat in Time, ironically enough. Because that's just such a pure form of platformer. Unreal Life, yeah, that's the Smoking Penguin game. Because I think about that game constantly. And now this hit me right fucking here. So that this is drilled into my consciousness for the rest of my life now. It really goes to show that even if the game isn't perfect, even if, like, there's a lot, you can pick it apart and pick out a lot of flaws and stuff like that, I mean, yeah, you can be very critical and clinical about the way you look at these things, but if it speaks directly to you, you're never going to forget it. And there's a good many things that I can say do that, and I feel like the Caribou Trail is one of those things now. That this is a game that I am never going to forget about. I am going to think about Lonnie for fucking ever now. The poor, sweet bastard. Oh my god. But yeah, see, you get it baked, you understand. Yeah, there's certain things that just, like, they speak to you and you'll never forget about them. And this is one of those things. Like, the Caribou Trail is now... I may go back and play this again sometime if I want to feel really sad again. But it's good. It's the fact that it made me feel that way just goes to show how much commitment and passion went into making this. So, yeah, kudos to the team that made it. And I feel like they worked pretty well within their limitations, because obviously, you know, there's only so much you can do with the time and budget you're allotted. And they had a very specific story they were looking to tell, a very... I was going to say grounded, but they really effectively used, well, I mean, Newfoundland folklore is a big thing, and obviously if you're stuck in a stressful situation like these guys were, that's something you're going to lean on for good or for ill. So that they tied that into the game in such a beautiful, effective way that I think if this was just a straight up story that didn't have any of that stuff in it, I don't think the game would have actually been as good. Like, the fact that they had a character like Lonnie, who was so integral into how it all worked and the superstitions he brought into it, telling ghost stories by the fire, which is a classic cultural thing across everywhere, but, like, it's very much specifically a thing here, too, right? Anyway, yeah, thank you for stopping by, Baked, and I'm actually cluing up myself now in a moment, but, yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'm very glad you managed to catch the end of this, because fuck yes. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. I'm hoping it's not going to be too much longer before I can stream again. Hopefully I'll be able to stream again this weekend. Don't quote me on that, but I'd like to be able to get maybe get back to Retro Sunday. I've really got to do a bit of work to get that set up again. But if nothing else, I think I'm going to want... I'm glad I've actually finished a game. So I might go back to one of the several games I've begun that do have actual ends and try to finish them. You know, stuff like Alwa's Awakening, or Horus, or Jesus, what's something else I had started? Well, Legend of Dragoon, obviously, but that's going to take some doing. Whew. Anyway, if you excuse me, I'm going to have to sit and think about this for a while, and, yeah. Wow. Thank you very much for stopping by to watch, if you did indeed do so. And hopefully you'll find folks to join me again next time. But until then, for Lonnie, farewell.